started here, like, 6 o'clock now.
Yes.
Right now, for those that may be new people, if you call in time, you will be on the agenda. But during our meeting, you cannot have anything to say unless your name is on the agenda. Thank you. Okay, we're starting here now with number 6.
Yes, sir, I have 6 on.
I would like a person just bow their head and just have a silent prayer to yourself. Roll call.
Okay. Now, Issa Gordon Harris. Sharon Bell.
Here.
Shamika Robinson. Richardson. Miss Alfred. Shantira Logan.
Okay, y'all notice here, have a roll call. We're gonna move to number 7. On the call, there's someone who is sworn, voted in, council members should have a right to vote. At this time, Ms. Rudolph, you come to the front. Now, you have here sworn in by Miss Helen Bell, November 3rd. Am I right? Okay, at this time, I'd like to get a motion to vote Ms. Rudolph in for the city council number 4. Can I ask for a motion? Okay. Everybody? You did those names?
First and second.
Who was second? Okay, now. Okay, who was second? Okay. Would that be anybody vote no, abstain? If not, the motion has been approved. We're happy for you, and you as a council member number 4 now. You're able to vote and voice your opinion. Thank you. Now we'll go back where we stopped at. Last week, I know that we postponed our meeting, but we have an ordinance that was presented from the group, and we have it, and you all have looked over it. And right now, we're gonna ask that if there's any question relates to it, that let me know before I ask you to sign this ordinance. You have yours. It says ordinance number 2025-0045-8. All in here explain what it's about. I know all of you have had time to look over it. Would there be any questions or anything that you would like to know about it? Let me know. If not, on the certification part there, I, the name, and today's date, and you sign.
No, they,
Okay, you
just
go.
signed in there.
Oh, okay.
I
No, I
guess.
don't do that. I vote no, or abstaining. This ordinance has been approved by the council members. Thank you. First of all, I'm just glad to be here, and I know the weather's bad, and I'm just so happy to see some of y'all here, and we're gonna do all that we can in the right way, and we're just gonna just pray to keep things, going the right direction. Now, we're gonna ask the council member, again, she was sworn in, we've already done that, so we're good with that. Now, some of us already took this orientation by just giving you a copy of it, this where, you know, just keep in mind that at some point you gotta take this class. It would help, I talked with the guy at the lead, he did say that it's not just something that, well, it means that you're supposed to have it, it's not something that will punish you for it. And Laura will give you the dates and just let her know so we get the money paid before that class starts. Just keep in mind, Laura, you wanna let them know what day. You got two class, right?
It's February the 26th.
What do you say?
February the 26th.
All right. I think that's the basic class. What help? It's a lot different in little small towns. As you go into that class, you're gonna see that. And in big town, just say for example, like Montgomery or Birmingham, and now these are small towns like Moses, one in Lounsborough, Hayward, all these little small towns. A lot different in some things about being voted on or something, you know, that take place. Just keep this in mind. Try to go to that class, you'll understand a whole lot more. Appreciate we do. Okay, number 9, the math protein. Who will be the next math protein? Now, we don't want to jump into it. We got 4 years of, we got months and days right now to think about it. I'd like to give everybody a chance. I won't just say we're gonna have to just pick someone. The council doesn't have to do this. We want to do it in a way where everybody will have a chance. So we don't know who want to be it. But you pray about it. Then now, if just say 2 or 3 say, I want to be the math protein. Then now, we'll look at votes. And that's the way it's supposed to be. We'll look at votes. For our next meeting, if you don't pray about it, you look over it and whatnot, then after that, we'll be able to vote. I think that would be a fair way. We're trying to do everything in the right, fair way because we need to do what's right. The last, it will stand for a right stand, and I guarantee you at some point, we'll be glad. Because we don't know who may want to be the protein. I know a long time ago, we just picked somebody. And the right way is the way to give everybody a chance. And now, they want to talk about it, pray about it to yourself. And when I came from the city council seat, I didn't go out there in the world talking about it. I just made my mind up and say, I want to run for mayor the next time. And that's what I did. I didn't go out there and say, I know who want to be it. You can get out, vote for, you know. It's not that way. It's not that way. So just make sure that we think about that on the next meeting. Hope that we have good weather where all can be here. So we can just do it in the right way. Okay, finance report.
Okay. Total, I'm going off the balance sheet, total current assets, $322,637. total fixed assets is $1,719,139.58. Total fixed assets is $2,041,776.58. Total liabilities is $6,165.26. Total equity is $2,035,611.32. Total liabilities in equity is $2,041,776.58. The next couple of pages is the breakdown of the profit loss, the balance sheet, and a detailed transaction report.
Finance report, it shows that every penny, down to 1 penny, how it was spent. So we done real good. We get good compliments from other people's, and like the banks and whatnot. We don't have checks bouncing, we don't have anything like where calls a default. So this is a good thing that we got records. And I would just like to give Ms. Laura compliment about, and Mr. Ford, about how good they are keeping this paperwork up. It's up to the T. Every penny right here shows that where every penny being spent is being spent in the right way. There be no question. Now, we had not approved those financial reports, because that's the more things that we're trying to solve from way back. So I would like to just leave it like that, because you still know what we are doing the time we are here. We know just what being spent. Now, I hope that I get some more answers about what happened years ago. We'll have an idea. I do have records to show a lot of things that were going on during that time. I believe in keeping records. I started asking, that's why I say, I know we talked a little bit about the new council members, but at some point, get your boundary, notebook, whatever you want to call it, and keep records of everything that you do, because it's going to come to your attention one day. You got it there. This is when I first started out. All my records, I got more books in there too. I've done to the T or whatever that was going on during that for 5 years. It's a 5-year period. But now it's going to be a 4-year period. Keep notes on everything that goes on. And where if some reason you gotta go to court or anything, you'll be able to show what's happening. But so far, we're gonna do good. I already see it, I pray every day about doing good. And we're gonna do good. And I try to get people that out there working that can do something good without just pointing the fingers at them or hoping that they're not out there drinking or either doing something to get hurt. But we're not liable for things that other people are doing, but we're liable for people that work here and things like that. So far, we have not had any accidents. We're doing good. The guys doing good work out there. So some things we're gonna keep like we always have been. So we've got good record. We got good bank statements, good money in the bank. So we got things going good. I was thinking like prayer changes things. I pray. And that's meaning that God will answer us. That's meaning that we're going to continue to pray about what we can do in the right way.
Why are you intentionally skipping the agenda approval?
Excuse me, we're still going this year. You don't have no reason to open your mouth right now.
You're not following the agenda.
I am. You're not having anything to do with this man. If you have anything else to say, I'm going to have you to walk out for a while till you cool off.
I'm cool.
Okay, thank you. everybody perfect with that guard up there.
Follow the agenda.
Okay. I don't know what's your problem. I'm asking you to be quiet. Now, we're gonna talk about reading and adopt of the minutes.
The minutes for October 21st, 2025. The meeting was called to order at 6:02 p.m. by Mr. Harabell, Mayor Harabell. The invocation opened with a silent 1 minute prayer in unison by the attendees. The roll call by the clerk showed the following in attendance: Joe Bell, Sharon Bell, Janice Patterson, Elfrida Mitchell, and Shatira Logan Rudolph. The quorum was established to conduct the town's business. The approval of the agenda. After a review of the agenda, Mayor Bell asked for the motion to approve the agenda. It was motion for approval of the agenda by Sharon Bell and second by Shatira Logan Rudolph. All were in favor of the motion. Approval, adoption of minutes. Clerk read the minutes. Councilmember Elfrida Mitchell motion to approve, and Councilmember Sharon Bell second the motion. Councilmember Janice Perrin asked for a word correction. It was corrected and revised, and the minutes were approved. Financial report, September 2025. Clerk read the report, and the mayor answered questions about the infrastructure amount. As per the last few months, the panel did not vote on the approval of the financial reports due to the overstated infrastructure amount. Members were given a detailed financial transaction history for current. Financial reports were not approved. Old business. Mayor asked council members to write down the needs of the community. Ben's Candy County, Wiregrass, and GMC has been paid for the work performed on the road construction. New business. Sitting officers sent in on the meetings. Try to work up a calendar of events. Find out things going on in the community. Appointing an officer in the police department. Fire department needs to fix the truck, or because can't afford to purchase a new one. Work sessions will be done before the meetings. Announcement of the visitors. Executive session was not needed. The meeting adjourned at 7:31 p.m. Councilmember Joe Bell motion for adjournment, and Councilmember Elfrida Mitchell second the motion.
We have listened to the minutes and read out, and now I'm asking for a motion to approve the minutes. I give the first and second.
Motion that the agenda, that the minutes be approved.
Okay, I get a second. Okay. If there anyone vote no, I'll abstain. If not, minutes has been approved. New business, old business. I still would say, that's, different ones call me, I still would say, write down, if someone give you something in writing, I would have that show to the council members, and I'll be able to understand it myself. May not get done right then, but write down some things that you see in policies that need to be addressed. Do that. Or either come out of office and say, someone had called me and said that a pothole somewhere, wherever, and now I can go there and look at it before someone come down and say they're gonna sue us because of they had a tire blew out, or either something else may have happened. All this will help, but like I say, if you don't want to write anything down, just bring it to me. I'll bring it to the clerk, and we'll guarantee you. But I had one person in the city here. They email us some work relates to write down. And now, we have started on that road. I said to myself, we don't know, sometimes we'll forget, and that's just a good thing. And I think y'all may have this copy here, but I'd like for all of you, 5 council members, to to know what we're doing. And now, you write these things down, or either someone give you some kind of paper to bring, and then you have something to say, we need to address that, get that fixed. And that's something good. I will give her a compliment about, sending this to us. And so far, I have been already over there, and the guy picked up paper on that street. And also, we're gonna go there and see if in the trees or whatever needs to be done, we're gonna work on that. And that's what we're here for, to correct some things that need to be corrected. So do that if you can. Write down some things, or either come by, or either just call us, or email or something, or whatever, the way you want to do it. Now, question and answers about the police and fire department. Both are much needed in the town of Moses. Police department is updated. Chief Kelvin Mitchell has been appointed as public safety director and the chief of police, acting chief of police. Until later, council members vote him in. Right now, we'll have a few words to say about what he's doing right now. And I'll ask Mr. Mitchell to come through.
Good evening, how you all doing?
Good evening.
Most of y'all know me, my name is Kelvin Mitchell, y'all know me by school. I was police chief in Hammond for 21 years. I recently retired, the effective date is December the 1st. The official retirement date. I'm unable to come here until I gotta stay 30 days off the list, so January 2nd would be the earliest I can start. The mayor asked me to come, and I've held this position for several years, director of public safety, and he asked me to come and be the police chief here, and I told him that I would, if you all wanted me to come, so I could help provide some public safety for you all, which is very much needed. There are Lowndes County, and specifically Mawson, they hold this tag and say that Mawson is the drug haven of Lowndes County. And you know, you hear all the rumors about people killed and drop the body off down here and all that stuff. We want to remove that stigma from Mawson's, period, like I did in Hammond. And it can happen. It's about what you all want. I'm only here for you all if y'all want me to come here. That's why I'm gonna come, just to help you all. I'm good where I am. I wanna come help y'all. It ain't got nothing to do with money. Y'all knew before when y'all appointed me, asked me how much I would charge an hour. I told y'all I'd do it for free. Remember that? Most of you here. Ain't got nothing to do with it. I'm retired and coming. But I wanna help y'all because I got a heart for the entire people in Lowndes County, and certainly Mawson. I got a heart for Mawson. So, y'all want me to come? I'm coming. And I'm gonna do all I can to make sure that the elderly and the children are safe, specific. Any questions?
I made a phone call just several times to a guy in Birmingham. He's got a car, most likely he's gonna donate his car, maybe a few dollars. So, I'll ride that way and see how the car looks. Just a car looks better than the one out there. Also, I had talked with the lady in Greenwood, Hanging, about, getting getting a grant to buy whatever we need, $2,000. I think that's gonna go. So right now, we're all on paper. Governor of the state, I think you have talked to, what's his name? Yeah, I don't know, over this police department.
Yeah, I got all the actual logistics done for the policies and procedures, Mr. Sanders.
Yes, sir.
So what we all need now is, once we indoctrinate that and the council vote on it, make a motion to approve those policies, that's when your insurance rate will go down, when you get all tied in together. There's a lot of work to incorporate a police department that is advantageous to you all, fire department, police department. Y'all get that. I think the rating is a 10 for the fire department. All you all's home insurance will go down. Police department, you got a functioning one, the insurance comes down, auto insurance comes down. got policies that govern how you operate, that goes into your tax dollars. There's a lot of things that are advantageous to you all that should have been taking place for years here in Marshall, as far as public safety is concerned. Once you all, I see there's a lot of new faces here, council people. Once you all get into the logistics of being a council person and what you provide, the services for the town, you get a better understanding. Not that you don't know, I think some of you all may know. I just been in it a long time, and I know the advantages of getting this done. So, yeah, but the policies are being enacted, and once we create that policy book, you all have to vote on it and make sure that it becomes law. So you be governed by those policies here in Austin. And, yeah, let's get started. There's some certifications that need to take place for the police department and fire department. I'm completely certified. I have to open up once we get the ORI back, which is 0450400. That's the OR that the town operates for the state of Alabama and public safety. You have to have that ORI number in order to have a police department. It has to be reinstalled, which is just once you get the police chief in place and they tie it in, then you open up to it.
So you're gonna work with all of that. Any questions on the council members?
Thank you, Lord.
Thank you. Okay, this sheet right here, I have it right here. I think, do y'all have this, council members? Y'all have that? Yeah, yeah. Alfred, do you have that? There's some things that we had already approved back, before now. Okay, I'm gonna point out some of these things that need to be done. I would like you to add this leverage box right here. It's been here for many, many years, and it has some damage on this side here. Sometimes it's spark fire, and we've got to get someone licensed to come in here and redo this whole box. The box been here for, I guess, ever since this building was built. And now all these other things here, we got a hot water tank that been out for maybe, I'll say, at least about 2 weeks. A hot water tank. So we want to replace that. All this here has already been approved before now. And, the gas stove, all that has been approved. We are working, we want to get this done within 1 month. And I would like the volunteers to help with this here. Now, I work with gas for a long time myself, so there's got to be someone know what to do right out. And we had him to come down, and he made a statement about the old one. He said the new one will be similar to that one, but that's what we want, a brand new one. And we have money for that. Now the microwave, it's been there for many years. And we have a lot of people, different ones come here, and we want our town to look good. We get good compliments about the outside. Not just the parking lot, we'll get to that in a minute. But on the roadside, we get good compliment. We've never seen this before. Although we pick up paper, they threw it back out, but there's nothing you can do about it. Because you stay up night and day, and now at some point you can't do it. They have a time to throw that paper out. So it's not bothering me at all, but the guys that we have, they go out there and do a good job. And sometimes just ride by and just look and see what they're doing. Give them a cup of drink of water or something. Okay? Now, the sink in the kitchen, that has been brought to our attention too. It's rusted and somebody can maybe, clean the ditches out in some way, it may cause some kind of problem. And people can sue us for that, so we want to correct all that now. We have money for that. We want to correct that. And now, the refrigerator, we got the new packer, it's been there for many years, I think it's been there since the building was built. And now, the roadway coming into the building and the parking lot. I have talked to the man Gordonville. You go up there and just look and see how good it looked. She had a company come there. I think Charlie King was in charge of it. But anyway, if we can find someone, like they paid like $400,000 to do a lot more than that. They did something like what we have right here. We all can get that money, you know, and she got that. But now on the first of the year, we're gonna get this, some improvement out here. So I'd like for the council members to look into that, see what we need, or we have to go visit all the people to see what we can put out here, address to what we already have. But, we gotta get all that now. Now I will be talking to Charlie or whoever now, I think anybody under $100,000, we don't have to have a vehicle, we just really wanna do it right. And things cost a lot of money now, but, they got a grant, I think, we just go up there and just look and see, you know, come back and say, yeah, that looks good. And we hope that, and I believe whatever I do, I try to do the best I can. So what we're gonna do is make sure that it's done right, if they do charge $100,000 on that. We wanna make sure it's done right. So I'm gonna look into that. Now, would that be any problem, anybody, council member, has any problem?
So you saying these items on this paper is gonna add up to $100,000, about
No, I'm talking just the road now.
Just the road?
Yeah. I would like the council members, just like the stove and that, we have right out, all the other stuff like that, y'all can help me with that. Right, I got to load all this stuff up and got it done right. License, they like to do that. Now, council member, y'all get together and say, okay, we're gonna make sure that we're gonna get that, get the best that can be now, don't get something real cheap. But got to laugh for other people that gonna be coming here as we get older and years to come. So, I'm not often just say, y'all get together and just say, you know, and just say how much it's gonna cost, and we'll make sure that it gets done. And this been approved, so we don't need to get this at all. We don't get to get because rust and all that stuff, like people wiping the dishes and all that stuff, maybe sanitized. It hurts somebody. And they can come back and say, that's why I got sick. Would that be a problem? But the air electric, that box gotta be fixed right away. Or it's spark fire, and sometimes the air conditioning, the heat don't work because that's not working. Would that be a problem? Anybody, anything relates to that? Item that has already been approved. Now, I would like, you know, get together, somebody that say, I have time. And it takes time now, no one just go pick up anything, go by the Lowe's, wherever you wanna go. You bring a bill back and have the people bring it out, so we won't have to go pick it up. And just bring a bill back, y'all get together, whoever wants to, you know, participate in that and do that. And get it done within a month's time. Or this, one done, I don't know about the road yet, but all this other stuff, we need to get this done right away. We have people coming in, and they give a good name, and they rent this place, and they want, you know, be done, we want the kitchen to be right. Would that be anybody have anything relates to that? So y'all get together with that and just say, bring on the deal, just try to do it within a month of time, so we can get this done. And I'll make sure that at some point, it's done right, and, when we don't pass it, problem, or somebody can come back and say, that was a problem. And of course, we make to that. Not, we might try to get out here within 2 hours or less.
I have somebody.
Okay.
Okay, going forward with this new administration, I think, before we approve anything on this agenda, we need to talk about it, because we don't have any of the council members' concerns or ideas or anything on here. We just going by a pre-written agenda. And we,
Also, you want the council to approve these things?
well, everything, we need to sit down and have I sound like a broken record or work session, because we just coming into a pre-done agenda. We don't have no input on anything, and we expected to approve this stuff and let this stuff just, you know, these things go. And we hadn't even talked about it. We hadn't had a financial meeting. We hadn't sat down and, most of the council members probably don't even know what's going on right now. Nobody kind of helped them,
Well,
you know.
okay, I understand what you're saying, but what does that got to do with us needing a hot water tank right now? When they wash dishes.
I'm not talking about, I'm talking about my
No,
concern.
no, no, no.
Well, that's my concern though.
Okay,
That's my concern, it adds up to that too.
okay.
It adds up to, because they don't know if we pre-approved it, and so they just come in, seeing stuff that you have on paper, and they don't know if it's already been approved,
Well, we-
because
we-
nobody
I
discussed it
understand
with
what you're saying, but, I'm saying, you remember we approved this here.
I remember when we,
Just explain.
I remember some of the stuff.
So y'all just speak for yourself, and let's say that, then we'll get to these here, and we'll let them understand, let them speak for themselves. Okay, can you tell me about we approved that?
Yeah, but that's not, you know, the point is, Sharon and I know, cause we've been here.
Okay,
the
I
longest.
understand that.
But the three of them, they don't know exactly what this is, or
Okay.
it could be something we just saying that we approved it, could not. That's that was gonna be part of my, councilman concern, that we need to sit down to, the 5 of us, 6 with you, and have a meeting, a workshop, or whatever. We need to sit down and talk about some stuff, cause they're coming into new stuff that Sharon and I already know about, but they don't even know. So we need to sit down as a
Okay.
whole and talk about some things so they can be up to speed of what's going on.
Well, right now, we're talking about just this here, talking about just these things here. So what do you need to know about that? Do we need to come over here and just look at this box here when it's small, fact? And set this building on fire? Or either go inside that kitchen there and see that we need anything?
If we got that many problems, we need to be having hosted, parties and stuff, we got that many problems. We got that many problems, that we can't sit down and discuss and get some stuff straightened out. We don't need to
Only
call.
thing somebody can come
I'm
here.
saying-
If he's saying that, like that,
Exactly. We
Only
should
thing
be
somebody
doing
can come
that.
here now and work on it. This something gotta be done right
I
away.
understand that, I'm not knocking anything we already pre-approved,
Okay.
but what I'm saying is, the new council members probably don't understand what this is about, and they don't know anything about
Let the
anything.
council member, I would like for the council member, each person, speak for
That's
themselves.
common sense to speak to say.
Okay, who would like to be the first one to relate? This boss need to be done. Need to be
It's not
done.
about getting done with you.
Sharon, you have already spoken now, haven't you?
I'm-
Okay, let the people speak for
I thought we were
themselves.
having a conversation.
Okay, have you finished?
Go ahead.
Now, according to this ordinance, you can only have 2 different times to bring up something, the same thing. Now, just be careful now, because we gotta be very careful now. Everybody, we're not children. We are able now to speak for ourselves, you're a council member. And I'll be glad to listen to each person. But I'm saying, I didn't believe in listening at Donald when he was, when we was there. I was my own person, Donald his own person. We are different. We are all council members now. Speak for yourself, and that's one thing I would believe in. Then now everybody speak for themselves. If you feel like we would just leave this like it is, but I promise you, if I had to spend my own money, if I know what this thing would do, this gotta be done. Now, it's gonna be cold one day, and this central heat not gonna work. Unless we tamper with this here, cut off and on, just keep on making it work. I would like for everybody to speak for themselves. Just try to get away from us. Then we'll get together, and all gonna be us then. Gonna be we. But right now, it's gonna be just us. Your 5 council members, you've been on the oath, you've been voted in, one by one. And everybody should be able to speak for themselves. Everybody may have a different idea.
Do you understand my point of view?
That's the
from
3rd
here?
time you done said the same thing now.
You don't know what I'm about to say, I ain't saying.
Oh, okay, that's, we're talking now, trying to solve this problem now. But you
We ain't
understand what you, I
solving it.
understood
That's all.
what
We
you're
ain't
saying.
solving the problem.
I heard what you said.
You ain't heard the next thing I have to say.
Okay, what you want to say
What
now?
I'm saying is, by me being the longest running council member, and me and our freedom.
Okay, you said that, then 3rd time you said
Okay,
that.
I might say it 4 more
You
times.
cannot do that,
Well,
according to the ordinance, you cannot do that.
But do you
Sharon.
like, what is so difficult to understand about that I'm saying that they might not understand what we previously
I'm trying to get them
done?
now to see if they understand and never speak for themselves.
Okay, well, ask each one, let's see. Let them speak.
I'm in charge of this here, I'm pretty good.
That's what you say you said.
But let me do that.
Okay, do it, man.
Okay, we'll start with, Richard.
Well-
How do you feel about all these things on?
Well,
The way I feel about it, we
Excuse
said all the
me
stuff
one
that,
second.
Let her go ahead, let her go ahead.
Okay,
Let her finish.
we don't want to have any noise out here.
Yeah.
Okay,
all this stuff that's on the list do need to be corrected, but just like Ms. Bill was saying about the new council member just coming in, that this stuff's supposed to be being corrected. So by us being new, well, she's just trying to make a point across that we need to get together and let the new one know what's going on instead of just coming here first. And with me and with myself, I'm gonna do further research for myself to see, you know, what is what and what we can do to resolve, you know, what we got on the list.
it makes sense. I mean, what y'all saying, it makes sense. But I want everybody to be able to speak for themselves, that's one thing I'm saying. And then, now what she said makes sense, I understand what Cheryl and Alfred was saying. But I want everybody to be able to open their mouth and speak for themselves, so these things need to be done. Really need to be done quick. Now, especially that right there, we're gonna have to do that. And store stuff, make it let that go until you decide when you wanna do it. Okay? And this, I have always learned one thing. I've been around here a long time. Respect yourself more than anything. Don't get mean and mad, because we're all just human beings. I don't mind you speaking and speaking up. No matter what she just said, I was good. Because they don't know. And now I've heard that 3 or 4 times about some of y'all, that they don't know. Now what she's done, everybody got a chance to speak for themselves. Okay, the next. Do you have anything to say relates to this, that what we're talking about?
Same thing applies, like I said before, a work session. I would like for the work session before we have meetings, so we'll be able to get one for before we meet. And so we can, all the things that need to be worked on, any ideas, anything that we need prior, so we'll have a great understanding before we meet.
Okay. Now, what we say about these, we're really right here right now. So we don't have time to do this.
I acknowledge all the things that was approved prior to the new council.
Okay.
members.
Sounds good.
But prior to any meetings, we need to have a work session so we can be on one accord prior to the meeting.
Okay, that makes sense, what you're saying, I appreciate that. Makes sense. Now, I should give your opinion about how, we're really speaking of these things right here, right now, that's what we're on right now.
Okay, so you may have mentioned, just a few minutes ago that, she had, 2 minutes in,
You
she had,
have more than 2 minutes.
I'm sorry,
Okay, you have more than 2 minutes, you can
Okay.
speak, what you saying, speak.
I just got started.
Okay, go.
Okay.
I said you have more than 2 minutes.
Now, okay, so the 2 minutes, now according to the ordinance, that applies to the public, not the council member. As you just approached Sharon a few minutes ago. Now, moving from that, I'm just going according to the ordinance that was given to us, that's what's on there. But, in addition to that, I do see that there is a section for the council member concerns. I was going to hold mine until we got to that portion. However, you all made mention earlier that, in the last meeting, during the minutes, it was made mention something about work study sessions being conducted before the meeting. So I'm guessing that's something that you all have already spoken on and approved of. It was mentioned, in the minutes. Okay, so it's something that was brought up and it's supposed to be implemented, correct? Okay, so I'm assuming that maybe it didn't take place because this meeting was rescheduled, or is that a possibility in regards to that? Okay, so moving forward, I see that, that's something that we need to obviously set a date for so that we can have that work session before coming into these meetings, with the agenda. And being that, I'm assuming with the 7 days, the agenda is going to be made, in advance, which would give us enough time to have that work session.
Okay.
Is that correct?
That's great. We're talking about 2 different things. I understand what you're saying, but we're trying to figure out about this here right now. This is a
So we're out in agreement of those things being done. That's understand, we understand that they need to be done, you're correct, we definitely need to fix that file. And those things that are on that list, we agree to that.
Oh, you agree
Just the
to
work
that.
session.
Just say you right now.
Well, I think the council,
Well, don't worry about that, just say you
okay,
now.
well, I agree to
Okay, that's
that.
how I like it.
But, like, again,
And we'll get a vote, see later on. That's how
for
it works.
that, as well as the work session.
Well, the work session is two different things, we're just trying to, get things all tangled up right now. Work session now has nothing to do with this right here now. You just
The
make
work
a
session
statement.
is needed to approve that.
Well, it's been
to
approved, but
address
at some
it.
point, we're gonna see now, and we can approve it now, really, because this something needs to be done.
Okay.
This needs to be done, now, we wanna leave off some of it, but this hot box here, it needs to be fixed like right now. Right now. So we're gonna make a motion that we fix just one thing until we have our work section, if we have one soon. There's a lot of things that we may need to talk about, a whole lot of things. Relate to the town now. If there is things here, if something really needed, if we just go back there and walk in that kitchen and see just what I'm talking about. It's embarrassing, most of them, it's tamper with your stomach, if you're wiping dishes, cleaning dishes or something, and all that rust will get into your stomach. So that's meaning that, we're trying to work with this, that's what we are right now.
That's right, and like I said, to cut down on interruptions like this, if we just get together and have these work sessions prior to, we won't, this won't be an issue moving forward.
Yeah, but what we're saying, everybody said something good, that's what I like, to see what everybody has their own opinion, it was real good, maybe to speak, and everybody had their own opinion. No sense in looking at someone that they did, they said that, then we'll get a vote, that's why we have 5 people. That's why we can vote. 3 may say, I'm gonna vote, not voting for it, and 2 may say, no, I won't vote for that. So that's what it's for. It's not, just for all of us get together, maybe just say that we're gonna do this or we're gonna do that. There's a vote gonna make that work. If I put it on the floor right now, we need a box. Now, how many votes would I get? That was just using that for an example. But, we don't wanna have to vote, that's what I say about this other, we're all waiting, you study stuff, think about it. Then now, after that, your mind is already made up, but you got to be out here to sightsee and see what we need. When we hear it, and this heater won't come on because that switch there, some damage with it, then now you're freeze, or somebody will freeze it, and then you'll say, yeah, I wish I had got that done. So, now back to this here. So we need to get this box fixed. I need to put that on the floor, either just, but all I can say, you already see it. You're already in here to see this here. Although you don't know when it's not working. I don't think it's working now, but it's the air conditioning and the heat. We have to fumble with it, and that's make it work. And I know the hot water tank not working. Somebody will go out back there with some hot water and don't have that. So what we're gonna do about it? Made a statement that, that needs to be done, all this needs to be done, we're gonna be making that statement. It needs to be done. How many, just raise your hand, the 5 council members, said that hot box need to be done, and the hot water tank need to be done, those 2 things now. Until we have got together again and say, you have thought about it, or maybe you prayed about it, and then now, I need to know that those 2 things can be done right now. I know if you were, wash dishes at home, you need hot water. And this building here needs hot water. Now raise your hand, how many want that fixed and hot water tank fixed? Soon.
Is that a motion?
I just said, raise your hand now. And that's all I'm saying right now. We get to a motion, but that's just the same as a vote. If we go visit all the towns and go around all these other towns and sit there and just listen at how they do things. Now, when they go there, when I was in Montgomery, a meeting, and they all just mean a vote. You don't raise your hand, don't mean a vote. There's a lot of ways to get something done. More than one way to do something. So we're gonna get that done. right away. Because it needed. Then we'll have a meeting sometime. But the only thing about meetings now, let me tell you how this works. Some people work, some don't work. And now, there's gonna be a problem somewhere, but when we put it on the table, saying we're gonna have a workshop, or we're gonna do this here, you gotta make plans to do that, and give you so many days or so many weeks to get it done. So you may have to call your boss and just say, I need to be off for an hour, 2 hours for free. And this is about business, now it's not about babysitting no more. It's about taking care of business. So I understand, I've got a hard clerk, and I've been there. I go to my principal, I ask him, tell him I got to be gone, and I need to be off, and he said, okay, I'm like that. So it won't be a problem with me with that. And if something should come up, we'll reschedule it. It's just about being fair and being understanding and doing what's right. There's nobody here to be mad with nobody. It's trying not to be mad with nobody, because it's not gonna do any good. So let's just think about that, we'll get that done. And we'll have a work section, but when we have our work section, it's gotta be where we can make something work. It's that, and I'd like to see, then I'm gonna have, then go by to some of these places and see what's going on. I'm saying, go by the top up there and talk with the clerk, the mayor up there in Gordonville. And just see, go to Hayneville, go to Lounsboro, go down in Belton, like going to Selma. And talk to these folks and see what they got going on. You'll learn a lot. Charlie said right up there, that if you don't go someplace and see, and just know just what's in Mawson, you won't learn nothing. You gotta go out and sightsee, see what other people may be doing, so you can bring good ideas back here. It makes sense. So just think about that. Okay, now, we're doing real good here, and I'm thinking that's the way it's supposed to be, where we all can understand what to do. And again, I'm gonna say, we gotta pray, pray, and pray, and stop being mean and mad, because we all make mistakes. So we gotta keep this stuff in order, but this is a business, this is real. It's real. Okay, Annette Patterson, I think I had already mentioned something about that. I had already mentioned something about that, and her name is Annette, because she gave us here, and there's nothing to hide. And I jumped on it just as quick as I got this here. And this cause, I mean, that's what we'll learn. We can do better if we just bring your ideas to me in a nice way. We can correct some of these things, because Mars is nothing but just that big. It's not just like Selma or Montgomery, places like that. We can correct anything that you can see out there, but you gotta be able to sightsee. And I told you, and I told you again, if you go out there and meet the people now, go out there and find out what's going on, guarantee you won't have a problem in Moses. 4 or 5 people can run for something. I guarantee you, the one that out there doing something, sightseeing and doing this, I picked up papers just this morning, by no gas from the town hall, put my own gas in there, in my truck, and do these things. And I just like doing it. We got to do that. If you're a councilman, you might well just be ready to do whatever you're supposed to and what you can do for your community. And that's what it's about. Again, I keep on saying, stop being mean and mad. Pray about it. And let's all work together and try to help each other, because it's rough out here now. But anyway, back to her. I'm gonna talk with her, and we're gonna walk that road and just see what needs to be done. And I rode through the other day, and I see that the guy picked the paper up, and I picked the bags up. But now, we need to figure out who's putting this paper out there. Again, it's hard to find that, because you got still night and day to see that. But sooner or later, you can catch them now, put some cameras if you wanna do that. But like I say, we gotta work now, it's gonna take work. Don't say you come here 2 hours and think that it can get done. You gotta work 7 days, pick up time to do something in the city of Moses. And it's not hard to do. Okay. she was here right now, and I was just thinking of doing this here, sending it here, and want other people to do the same thing. Because you see it like I see it, and I know I see a lot. I'll talk about that when I get to, the mayor, concern. Okay, the next one would be the number E, speed bump needed on William Drive and Reed Drive. I saw that on my own eyes, how the motorcycles, you was up there that night, that day when the guy had the accident, right on Reed, I think, the Reed Drive, or what drive was that? I think that was, William Drive up there, the first one.
Reed's Drive.
And that guy was going, probably, I don't know how it happened, but I didn't try to do no investigation, I was just there looking. But to me, it appears to me that at some point, those speed bumps can help.
I rode through there today and we had kids playing, and there aren't speed bumps that will, they're, of course, like deteriorated or whatever at this point, so they are needed.
Okay. We need speed bumps. Everywhere I go, I sightsee, I'll go down Bragg, I'll go, everywhere I go, I'll get on some loud place, that's why I can talk, because I go visit, I go look, and I go see. Speed bumps gonna stop some of that. They're really gonna stop some of that. And I brought it up about 3 or 4 years, 3 years, and get, until somebody have a bad accident or that hurt, then now they're gonna come here and sue us. The speed bump gonna help. On William Drive, they drive through there, but I'll be down in that project sometime, and I see them, they're going like a jet airplane. But those speed bumps gonna slow them down some. So we need to think about that in our work session. When we have our work session, I wanna hear some things like what we're talking about now. But we don't wanna have 2 hours here. We can't get a lot done. But now through the week, we got 7 days. Find some time, because you're a council member. And and at some point, all this stuff is publicized. There's nothing we can hide. We make good money for 2 hours. And we've got to get out here and sightsee and see these things and bring it back to the board and say, this needs to be done. I've seen it many times, how these speed bumps in that project is a mess. One day they corrected me and said project, they'll say subdivision, but all of it the same. What my goal is to try to put those speed bumps there, and it's got to be the ones that specialize. You can't just say you're gonna put a speed bump and the new cars go out there and pull them up off. Now that's no law, so you gotta have somebody specialized, know what to do. So we won't get sued for that. But that's gonna help somebody's child, somebody's cousin, by putting those speed bumps. So that's gonna be one thing I would like, when we have our special call meeting, bring that up and say, we need to get that done. And by the way, if I was rich, I wouldn't even ask, I would just go do it, know it's done. Do it and just won't say nothing about it. Because it may help somebody in my family. And not just so much my family, it's your family too. And when I saw that boy leg all like that, I don't know, I hadn't heard nothing about it. But it just made me thought. I said, I don't know, he came out that project, but he was right down the end of that road there. And that was something to see. And on that day that we had our, parade, and they was cutting up real bad. But young people, they just leaving, driving on motorcycles or no four-wheelers any kind of way. But those speed bumps would help. Save somebody's life, save somebody from being broke up. And, so just think about that. Think about some things that, you can bring to the board, and bring to here, by listening to people and telling them, and they'll tell you what we need, because they see it more than we see it. I see about everything that goes on. But I be out there working, I'm working for my money. I don't want nothing but that money I get. I don't buy no gas for my car, I go to Montgomery and get materials, things like that for the town. I don't buy no gas, you can't show that I bought some gas, bought some food when I had my workshop, a few weeks ago, a few months ago. And now I want y'all to bring a ticket back too. When y'all go to that place, don't spend your money. Where we got money, he'll save for. So back to the speed bumps on William Drive and Reed Drive, pray about it, and just get that done quickly as we can to save somebody from getting hurt. Or save the town from getting sued. but they can't find a way to say, I had speed bumps when I had no problem. So I've been on that for about, I know for 3 years. So hope now that we can get something done. Now, restroom and water in the park, the first of the year, this guy gonna come down, I want y'all to meet him too. That was the lady up there, Ross, and that's what she did public grant. But we already got that walking trail and all that. She got all that up there. And now this guy say that he's coming around the first of the year. And I guarantee we'll get a grant for that. But they already ready to go out and sightsee the other town halls and go see what they have, see what can we add for our children.
What's the guy, who is the guy?
I got his name,
Are we gonna use the original, are we gonna get a building or we gonna get the
no,
bathroom?
that's a grant we're talking about now.
Oh,
That's a grant there. I think it added up to about $400,000. That's what Woody Billiam got a long time ago. And that's what they got. That's what they has out here, because everybody can get it. But we already got it. Now, so most stuff we can get now. But the first of the year, that's when he said that he wanted me to make a phone call. I was in a meeting with, going to that work station, I was in there. That's when they brought all this stuff up. So that can take care of all that. Hopefully, like you said, Sharon, that guy that came before us, we'll be able to talk with him again. Restaurant and water in the park, building, all of that. I think that might not be for that. But I'm only, this year here, I'm gonna work harder than I worked last year. If anybody that see me out there, you can't say I have lying, but I be out there to do what I have to do. I get my money once a month, I guarantee I work for it. And y'all we'll have to work now. Ain't trying to babysit nobody. But you need to get out here and work, and it's gonna help you anyway.
that's why we need work sessions.
Huh?
We need work sessions.
I'm talking about for going out there talking to people now and talking and see what needs to be done. That's what it's about with me. Now, I'll talk to you more about that in a minute. We're trying to not spend much time on certain things until we get to that point. Okay, now, we go to the next one. We don't have, anybody wanna go to the executive section? If not, we'll go to a math concern. I'm gonna talk to 5 minutes or less. Now, we don't have no limit. But we know we don't want that to be all night, get your point on. But now, I've just talked about a lot of things that need to be done. But I'm not gonna talk a whole lot. But again, put God in everything that you do. Promise you. But then the next thing, go and visit other towns. See what they are doing. Just sit in there like we're sitting now. You can't go there and interrupt nobody, but just go and find out what day in Lounsborough they have theirs. Find out what day they have theirs in Benton. Go to Hamer and go to Whitehall, go to Fort Deposit. Put some gas in your car and do these things, then come back and have something to say. That I get some of these things and I see what we need. But if you don't know what we need, what can you say? You're gonna make up something. I know that we need speed bumps. I see it out of my own eyes. I know that we need some more things out here for our children. I know that we need maybe some signs that don't throw paper out. Stop sign, people need a speed sign out there. I know we need that because I see it out my own eyes. So now, y'all five council members got to bring some ideas. And maybe then we'll have something to have a work session for. But you don't know nothing, there's nothing we can do. You gotta go out there and visit and see what's going on. So that's enough for me. Council member concern?
Okay, you said,
I'll be first.
I'll be first. You said, you mentioned us having something and have a work session for, one of the main things was, I think there's, an activity calendar for the year so that we can get some things, similar to like what you did, back here for, what was it, Halloween? What you did for the children, that was really sweet of you. We wanna continue to do things like that and, maybe implementing a calendar for our children as well as our elderly, in the community as a whole. So I think that's one of the main things that, we'll need a work session for as well, since you mentioned needing something to bring to you. Also, following up, you know, with the individuals that had the accident. I wasn't sure who followed up, so I did follow up myself, and that didn't end well for the young man that was from Fort Deposit, because he did have multiple surgeries. He left home fine, but he didn't go back so well. The young lady, however, she did recover well. I think that, you know, perhaps in that work session, implementing committee for things like that, following up with different stuff that's taking place, whether it be good or bad, in the community. You know, in reference to the activity calendars and stuff, getting a social media presence to put this out for those that are on social media. I know we have our older generation that, you know, may not be so in tune with social media, so coming up with things to maybe get a better outreach for them as well. We do have a pretty decent crowd here tonight, bigger than, what I've seen recently. And, you know, I just wanted to make mention, you know, you speak about, speaking for ourselves. Now, there's no I in the team, so, you know.
Speak for yourself. Now, I'm glad you brought all that up, but let me add to some of the things that, now, Christmas, Thanksgiving already passed almost, it was too late for that.
Mm-hmm.
That's to be a good thing to have a work section, relates to doing something for the people, the young folks and the older people at least, having something to do. Now, up there at the square up there, Ms. Miles, and I know a lot of you have looked out there and saw that Ms. Miles and Ms. Corner. I mean, Miles on the weather a little bit, but they have put money out their pocket to improve some of these things out there, like operations and stuff like that. Now, we have Christmas now coming up. We've got almost a whole month. Think about it. And we don't have to get together for that. Is that we need somebody to say, hey, we're gonna go up to the square up there and decorate that. And you don't have to have nobody a meeting there for that. But now, down here in Mars, in this corner, just look out there and see what she has done and spend her own money now. Maybe you won't see that I bought some out there, not this town money, but some of that what they done. But now, we don't have to have a meeting for something. Just say, we wanna get together, just let me know some things. I don't want to be in the doghouse, don't know what's going on. But now, think about somebody going to that square up there. People volunteered last year. Go up there and fix that up. So we need to do some things like that. You don't have to have a meeting and say, hey, I'm gonna appoint you to do that, I'm gonna appoint you to do that. Just make up your mind and say, I wanna do that. Cause this right here, the reason I said it like this here, I got a letter one time, because we have a sign up there showing that stop the violence. Some different ones paid $100. We raised up to about $500 or $600 and put that sign up. I never forget that. But later on down the road, somebody got with the person that owns the land, said this or said that, where I see it, and I wasn't there to see it. And I had to take that sign down. So that left me more like in the doghouse. What I mean by that, I could not take this town money and go use it on private land, because you go to jail for that. So what I'm getting to is that somebody needs to go up there and decorate that place, make it look good. Don't just half do it. And now I'm gonna take money. I'll give some money to help. I can't use money. I do not want to use money down here. I don't use it. I never used it. I have bought some for the flower beds, because this is, you can do that here. You cannot use money on private land. So y'all, we can do that now, but I'm responsible, because in the corner, you know, I only have to even ask them. And y'all, some of the folks see them out here doing all that work. It's dark out there now, but just take a look and see what and they have done. So, volunteer, and you don't have to come and ask me, can I do this or that? It's just something that we can do. Go up there and just say, all 5 or all 6 of us are gonna go up there, but I'm gonna work right down here. I'm telling you what I'm gonna do. Right down here, we're gonna decorate this place for Christmas. It's time now to get started now. So, you don't have to have a work session or some things. just go and do it from your heart. But take money now. Just go and do it, you know, just make that square look good up there. Now, if you need $50 from me, I'll give you $50 to help, but that's my money. So think about that. And, like I say, I'm not gonna ask anybody about, cause that's another job, asking somebody when you see something need to be done. I'm gonna go out there and just help do it. I ain't asking somebody, can they come out there and help pick up these bags off the roadside? So just do something personal now. Just come to your own senses and say, yeah, we're gonna do that. We don't have to have a workstation for nothing like that. Just let's pick out who wanna be in charge of it. Nobody wanna be in charge, do it by yourself. Cause it can be done. Don't wait until 2 days later, a week before Christmas now. It's time now to do that now. I'm glad you helped me remember that, brought that up. So think about that, and we won't go on double display to make it look good. I know they're going into William Drive, I see those lights just looking so pretty out there. And, just do something personal and make our town look good. And don't be mean or mad, you see one person out there trying to do something, just help. Just stop and help. Because that's what it's about. We all are council members, we all are, I would use the word by yourself until there's a certain time we get together. Cause you campaign, you ain't got that by yourself. I know that's what I do. Now, that's what it's about. So, and of course it relates to that, and now, if not, I'll go to the next one.
Okay, my concern is, I'm big on public safety with the kids. Okay, right out there, we already have one pole that already fell down.
Mm-hmm.
The second one is kinda leaning, and I think it's kinda cracked. Now, that is a big safety hazard when those kids are out there on that playground and out there playing basketball. So I think that is something that we need to add there. I don't know who came and put the poles down, but you know, one of them is already laying down.
Right.
So, I don't know if that pole needs to still be up or not, or
Well, let me,
I'm quite sure it do since they, you know, came out and put it up.
well, let me, stop you on, interrupt for 1 minute. That poles are down right now. I think it was storming or done something, that point. I had a guy to come down, he was in court, we got him getting ready to go to court right now.